we touched on some Brown things, on the Columbia schedule. A couple of schedules I did want to point out was 1A Hokie. I'll just run through it really quick. The first game they are hosting University School. The next game they'll host Ranch, and then they'll host Dillard, and then they'll host Dwyer. Then it'll be at Palm Beach, at Trinity Christians. They'll host Chaminade Madonna. They'll host Seminole Ridge. They're at Clewiston and at Glade Central. You don't see many 1A schedules that are going to be, in recent years I can think of that are. You probably have to go back to the older Pahokee teams to get anything comparable to that. But that's a very impressive schedule for a 1A team, in my opinion.
That is a very impressive schedule. I honestly, I didn't even realize just how good that schedule was until you, started listing those games.
Right, and I'll touch base out on one other team that stood out to me in Palm Beach County again, and it's neighboring Glade Central. They host Boca Raton, and that one, unfortunately, Boca Raton had some outbound transfers recently, but that looked like that was going to be a real nice one. Pretty good. They'll host Wellington. They'll host Palm Beach Lakes. They'll host Atlantic. They'll host Palm Beach Gardens. They're at Cocoa. They're at Dwyer. They're at Monsignor Pace. They're at Park Vista, and of course they finish up the season. That's a neutral matchup of their field. Pahokee. That's another schedule I wanted to point out that's impressive. Glade Central.
Glade Central's a very good South Florida team. The problem they just been having lately is they've been stuck trying to compete with the teams in 4A Region 4 for the most part. They just haven't been able to get past them.
Okay, and then one other team I just wanted to note. They've been building up, and they should have another decent season this year. Fort Lauderdale High. They have a decent schedule, and I'll mention just a few of their games. They're at Vero Beach in week 2. Week 4, they're at Gibbons. Looks like week 6 they host Plantation, and it looks like in week 9 they're at St. Thomas. Otherwise, an average schedule. But I wanted to just point out that team. That's 5 nice games.
That's a pretty good stretch of games.
At Fort Lauderdale High.
That's a very good stretch of games.
Yeah, it is. Another team, their schedule might be flying under the radar a little. I hope they're ready. Miami Edison. They'll start out with Jackson. They're at Naples. They're at Coconut Creek. They're at Hollandale. They're at Miami Central. They're at Carroll City. They're at Miami Christian. They have Booker T. Washington, and they have Northwestern. So that's another schedule that people might not be aware of.
I really hope Luther Campbell knows what he's doing with that kind of a schedule.
Traditionally, Edison is, they have schedules similar to that in recent years. They never quite did, get it just right as far as wins. Although if they are an improved team and they can win 5 or 6 of those games, they should be in a nice as far as the playoffs. So
really,
I am hearing Edison's going to be a slightly improved team this year, so keep an eye out for them.
I do feel like if they can get to at least 500, they should be good enough to get in the playoffs with that schedule.
Right, and then there's 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 some other day teams with excellent schedules. I won't get into the details, but Gulliver Prep, Monsignor Pace, Palmetto, South Dade, even Jackson, Coral Gables, Southridge, Champaign. I looked at overall schedules: Broward, Palm Beach, and Dade, and there's more teams with very strong schedules in Dade than Broward and Palm Beach. Broward has got some nice schedules as well, but Dade to me looks like they have the strongest schedules, overall.
All right. Well, we definitely ran a very long show today. We're gonna go ahead and just about to get ready to close it up. Broward, looking forward to the game tomorrow night.
Yes, I will be there in Lake City, checking out Columbia versus Colquitt County. I look forward to first time ever in Lake City, and of course watching the Columbia Tigers host Colquitt County. Should be a good one.
And that's going to be a pretty long ride. Like, what is it? You're looking at like 7 hours on the road for that one?
From my house, it's showing about 5.5 hours on the Florida Turnpike.
Oh, wow.
Going up. Yeah. If I take 95, I'm probably looking closer to 6. So not as bad as not as long as I thought.
Me too. Like,
I'll probably just pay the $20 or whatever and take the Turnpike. Oh, safer driving.
I didn't even. I always thought it would have been like a super long ride to get down there. I didn't, because that's not much further than when I went to Pensacola. It was 5 hours for that.
Right. Well, how far are you from Orlando? 3 hours?
I would say probably close to about 3 hours. Maybe a little under that.
Right. So that makes sense. I'm 3 hours or maybe a hair under that as well.
So probably around 5.5 to 6 hours sounds about right.
Yep.
All right. That's Broward Handicapper. You can follow him on Twitter with that at that handle. This is Hunter Williams, and that's all for today, folks.